Did you know that October is not only Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also World Menopause Awareness Month? So we thought we would use this first Mom Club segment in this very important month to demystify menopause. And to do that, I'm happy to be joined by Dr. Brooke Kalisiak, a pelvic physical therapist with Legacy Physical Therapy, and registered dietitian Jennifer McDaniel with McDaniel Nutrition. Ladies, it's good to see both of you.
Thank you for having us.
I get it. No one wants to talk about menopause, but we're doing it. That's what we are going to use this segment for. So let's lay the groundwork. What exactly is menopause, and when does it usually start?
Yeah, so menopause starts when a woman has had 12 consecutive months with no period. So for most women, that's somewhere between age 45 and 55, but the average age being about 51. But many women start experiencing menopause symptoms in that perimenopausal period when they're going through that transition. And for some women, that can be only last a couple months, but for many women, that can last 10 to 15 years. So women might be in their 30s experiencing menopausal symptoms.
And that's something in their 30s they definitely don't talk about.
Correct.
So it has to be pretty confusing. And what's interesting with the two of you ladies, you teamed up to create Menopause Strong. So this is a community education class that's coming up on October 29th to help women navigate the changes that they experience. So what are some of these really common struggles that women go through during this time?
Yeah, so many of the symptoms that women experience at this time are due to the hormonal changes that happen with the menopausal transition. And so some of the most common are hot flashes, night sweats, mood changes, brain fog. On the pelvic side, it can be bladder leakage or urinary tract infections, loss of libido. It can even affect our muscles and our bone and changes in our weight. So many different changes can be attributed to the menopausal change.
And specifically, when we talk about weight, I would have to imagine nutrition plays a factor. So that's where I want to bring you into this, Jennifer. What are some of the things to consider with nutrition, specifically for ladies going through menopause?
Right, so the name of our program is Menopause Strong because women lose muscle and bone at a much faster rate during these years. And so my job as a dietitian is to help them come up with strategies. They're getting enough nutrition because a lot of times women will overly restrict. That is a problem when it comes to losing lean mass and losing bone. So we want to make sure we're getting enough nutrition and enough protein and carbohydrates. And then also we're at risk for cardiovascular disease too. And so the Mediterranean diet is a diet that I fully back. It's rich in anti-inflammatory fats and lots of fruits and vegetables. So it's a wonderful approach if a woman is looking at a way, what's the best diet for me? I always advise look to the Mediterranean.
I have heard that many times. Ladies, thank you for joining us. And again, this big community event is coming up October 29th. And friends, we are always looking for new topics to explore during My Mom Club. Please email me some ideas at laura.hediger@firstalertfor.com.